morning. It's Saturday, November 25th. I've been busy. Got another day in the life video up this morning. This morning's video had a top 20 Christmas movies article that I read, so you want to find out what number one is, go check that video out, and I'll count them down, and you can let me know with a comment if you agree with their list or not. I've also been busy taking photos, got all that stack photographed. It includes that silicone avatar doll, worth quite a bit of money, so I'm going to get that posted as soon as possible. Try to work through that last stack of the week today and tomorrow, and then I'll have all my inventory that I purchased this week up online, ready for sales. I had a couple sales come in overnight. Let's see what sold. Overnight we had two sales for $25.17. First item sold for $13.54. It's a Worldwide Sportsman beige flat front men's cargo shorts. Size extra large, 38 waist by 8 inseam. So that's one of those auctions I ran several shorts as auctions. That one got two bids and was bid up to $5.49 plus $6.15 shipping. So not too bad. Second item sold for $11.63. It's a Stephen Lynch Live at the El Rey DVD music comedy special, video, disc, and box. So when I go through the DVD section and I see comedy or music concerts, I like to pick up those. This was both a comedy and a music element to it, as he does his comedy with the guitar, so I thought I would pick it up. It sold rather quick. Let's see, I listed it November 7th, and here we are November 25th, so not too bad in terms of how long it was online. A quick sale, I can always take that. So I'm going to grab those two items from inventory, get some shipping on them, and get them ready for the customer. Just logged into my small store. Looks like I have two sales in there as well. Let me show you guys what sold. There you see it, two sales for $26.71. First item sold for $14.97. It's a pair of Columbia cotton gray cargo dress shorts, flat front, 42 waist by 14 inseam. Second item that sold for $11.14. It's a large Nike dry fit red and white short sleeve Toyota San Antonio t-shirt. So a couple decent sales from the small store. I'm going to grab those two items, get some shipping on them, and get them ready for the customer. I didn't go to the post office yesterday, and this tote is starting to fill up with orders. Gonna have to drop that off today for sure. The new listings are starting to stack up as well. Got to take all these new listings and put them away into my inventory system before they stack up any more than this. So I just listed those Cabela's pants. I know you guys are all looking for those bolos or items to be on the lookout for. Those are definitely one to be on the lookout for. Those are the Polar Tech branded Cabela's kind of long underwear base layer pants. Did a search, Cabela's pants. Let's see, Cabela's Polar Tech pants was the exact search I did. It looks like there's 37 listed and 51 sold in the last 90 days. So the demand is greater than the supply, which is what you want. So if you see those Cabela's Polar Tech pants, definitely pick them up. They're definitely one to be on the lookout for. So I just listed that Ralph Lauren robe into my second store. It's a size large/XL. And I like to keep a list of items that have a good sell-through rate, and that's definitely one of them. I did a search, extra large Ralph Lauren blue robe. It looks like there's 133 listed and 143 sold in the last 90 days. So the demand is there for those XL Ralph Lauren blue robes. So if you see one of those, definitely pick it up. Had another item sell out of my small store, sold for $17.73. Let me give you guys a look. Here it is, another Star Trek book. If you guys have watched the channel, you know I bought a Star Trek unit, storage unit, and it had all kinds of collectibles and lots of books. Got all those books listed, and they've been selling pretty steadily. This is for a Star Trek Toys Made Playmates Handbook and Price Guide by Kelly Hoffman Schiffer. So kind of a pricing guide for all the toys. Again, sold for $17 and some change. So I've got 6 fresh listings up in my small store. I'm going to log back into the big store and see what sold. I know I had a big sale over there, so let me tell you guys about it. There it is, one sale for $77. Let's check it out. This is one of the jackets I got out of a storage unit. It's a Wilson's Black Men's Solid Large Leather Jacket lined with a zipper. So it's always good to have some of those higher priced jackets in your store. They'll really boost sales when they sell, especially this time of year when winter is approaching and people are looking to shop for jackets for Christmas. This leather jacket sold for $77. That includes shipping. It ships in a flat rate box for $14. So there you see it, the Wilson's leather jacket. They do take up a lot of space when you have them inventoried in these large boxes, but if you got some space and you can get some jackets cheap, it's good to have them in your store. When you think about it, $77 minus 14 minus 5, that's about $58. Minus eBay fees, we're looking at a $50 profit on one listing. So that's the kind of profit you want to have. So there you see it. The tote full of orders is ready to go to the post office. Like I said, we got a tote completely full. It's almost about 3 o'clock, quarter till 3 right now, and I want to get a run in. So I'm going to take that tote full of orders to the post office, drop it off, and then head over to Lake Padden. Get a few miles in before the sun goes down. I know it goes down about 4:30, 5 o'clock these days. So I got a little bit of time, but I want to hit the road and get over there. Of course, I'm going to take you guys with me so you can check things out. So let's go check out Lake Padden.
Back to return for Washington State. I believe that's Lincoln Victor.
Alright, I'm here at Lake Padden. I got my packages dropped off at the post office, gassed up the car at Costco, and just arrived here at Lake Padden. Was listening to that Apple Cup. It sounds like the Huskies just went up on the Cougs, 21-14. So I'm going to get this run in, maybe hopefully make it home to catch the end of that game. Hopefully the Dogs will go 12-0 and chase that Rose Bowl this year. We'll see.
Sit back there and pat the football and pick him apart. They're going to make him and try to get rid of the football early. Softy, I'm kind of curious, what's the sideline look like?
So I just finished the run, got that 2.6 miles in, was kind of thinking about the game as I ran. Have yet to hear a score. It's probably the fourth quarter. Sounds like the Cougs are getting good pressure on the quarterback there, making a game of it. So I'm going to turn the volume up and get a score before I go on my little warm down. Try to find out what's going on. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that little Apple Cup football action. I'm out here getting some exercise in, but trying to catch up on it between runs. So I'm going to turn it up and see if I can get a score.
This final 159. 21-21 the score, and away we go from their own 10-yard line. Reminiscent of the game-winning drive they had against Oregon State last year in November in the elements. They started at their own 8 that day. Brailsford.
Sounds like it's 21-21. The Cougs scored, evened it up. They got a couple minutes left. Washington's got to score to get this one and stay undefeated. So I'm gonna hold off and listen to the end of this one. If it goes into overtime, we might go. But let's give it a listen, and I'll check in a moment.
Michael Penix will go out of the shotgun. Dylan Johnson is on his left hip. Roma Dunze, the receiver, into the boundary. 3 tight ends in the ball game. They run Dylan Johnson off right tackle. No! Dunze sneaks away up the left sideline to the 50-yard line. I totally bit the fake. They hand it to Dunze on the reverse, and Roma Dunze scampers for 22, the longest run of his career.
Wow.
He had us all fooled. DJ went down the middle. It's a great call. We got to still go, my friend. 1:03 to go in the ball game. 21-all. Snap the pass.
So it sounds like it's 38 seconds left. They got to decide whether they're going to go for that touchdown or settle for the field goal. We'll see how things pan out here.
Of 1991. Zero blitz coming. Trying to get to 12-0. All zero blitz. Cougs are selling out to get after Penix on 3rd down and 4 from the 21-yard line. 21-all to score. 42 seconds left in the ball game. From the Cougs 21, Penix out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Hand off Dylan Johnson up the middle, has the first down. Here at Husky Stadium, the final Pac-12 game in the history of this stadium. In the history of these two programs, 115 meetings in conference play comes down to this.
So it looks like they're going to bring that kicker on for the final play, see if he can win it. He's missed his last three. Wow, we'll see if he can hit this one.
That the Huskies needed most. Here we go. A 42-yard field goal to win the Boeing Apple Cup. And now a timeout by Washington State. The kick on the way is through the uprights, but it's not going to count. And Washington State,
of course, they call a timeout.
Icing timeout in with 5 seconds remaining.
Come on, let's get it done with.
State through his routine for the Boeing Apple Cup for 12-0 for the state of Washington.
Come on, let's do it.
Green to snap, McAllister to hold. The kick is on the way. The kick is up. The end over and kick is right down the middle. The clock expires, and Washington has done it. Grady Gross is the hero, and Washington is 12-0.
12-0. Way to go, Dogs.
It wouldn't
All
be
right.
any other way, my friend. 12-0.
So they got it done. Kicker hit the field goal. Final seconds to win that game and remain 12-0. Now they got to tackle Oregon for the championship, the Pac-12 championship, and then it's off to the bowl game, I guess. Possibly the Rose Bowl. We'll see. So the Dogs got a good team this year. I knew the Cougs were going to play them tough, though. It's always a tough game. I don't know if it's a case of one team playing up to the competition or the other team playing down to it. I think it's just two decent Pac-12 teams going after each other. End of the season. It's always a tough one. So that was fun. Not an ideal way to catch it, but got to hear the end of that game, the Apple Cup, in the back of the car. Front of the car here at Lake Patton. So I'm going to take you guys down to the water. There's still a little sunlight left. The sun's gone behind the trees, but I'll give you guys a look at the lake here. So here it is, a look at the lake. I noticed there were some geese over there. But I'll give you guys a look at this lake first. Pretty still out here. Nice fall day. Look at those orange colors there. I'm going to go walk over to the geese and give you guys a look at the geese while they're over here. There's probably a dozen of them sitting over there. Just chilling out, so we'll walk up and see what they do. So there they all are. I'm not sure why they're over in this area. I never really see them over in this area, but they're busy snacking away here in this area. Let's walk a little closer if we can. So you walk closer and their heads suddenly pop up. They definitely spot you. I'm between them and the lake right now, so not sure which way they would head. They're probably not going to head away from the water. But they're pretty content to just snack away here, have some dinner. I still never looked up what these guys eat. They're snacking at something in the grass there. It's amazing. They all just sit here pretty content. This guy looked up and took a look at me for a second. I'm probably about 10 feet away from him. I'm pretty close. As you can see, you get any closer and he looks up. He's like, "What you up to, buddy?" Let's head over here. There's a bunch more over here. There's a big one right there in the center with his head up. Let's see if we can show you him. See that one on the far end? It's the tallest one. They're all just out here enjoying a little snack. Kind of wondering what would happen when you walk through there. A little walker get pretty close to them. They just looked up a little and continued on doing their thing. I think we'll let them enjoy their little meal out here head back to the car, get home, shower up, and do some more work. Have some dinner, but hopefully you guys like this little look at the wildlife out here at Lake Patton. I like to get these geese in the shot, get some wildlife on there. Catch them doing what they do. It's like, you got that camera right on me. He's not sure what to do, is he? He's gonna waddle away, I guess. It's funny the way they wag their little tails like that. Sometimes they fight over territory between each other. If you get too close, they'll nibble at each other. Say, get out of my space. Look, this guy's coming at me. What's he doing? Like, I'm going the other way, buddy. Alright, well, here's the last of them. This 4 up here at the top of the trail. We're gonna say our goodbyes. Head on down the trail, back to the car. Alright, we made it back to the car. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little look at the geese. I'd probably give today's run 7 out of 10. It was kind of a tough one. After a couple of days of good eating, no running, to get back out there and get a few miles in. My legs are a little tired, back's a little tired, everything's a little tired, but it's good for me to get out here, and hopefully the body will bounce back if I continue to do this on a regular basis, even though it is quite a bit colder out today. I actually wore some tights under the shorts for the first time. Try to keep my legs a little warmer. I'm not sure if that worked or not, but it's a different sensation running in tights. I never really run in tights, so something new. We'll see. Try to keep the body warm in this cold weather and continue to be out here. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Alright, I'm gonna head home, shower up, and get some more listings up. I got about halfway into that stack that I was hoping to list this weekend. Got some good listings up in both stores. So I'm just gonna continue on the rest of the weekend and get that stack listed. Still got to list that silicone avatar doll and decide how much I want to price that for. I found that for $1.49 at the thrift, and it goes for upwards of $100 online. So mine's a little bit smaller. They have them 18 inches and I think 12 inches, and mine is the 12-inch shorter size. So probably price it a little bit less than the $100 version. But we'll see. I'll do some more research and come to a decision eventually. But I'm going to go home and get to it. Alright, I made it home, got showered up, and I'm downstairs in front of the computer. I got 3 new orders that came in while I was out running. Let me give you guys a look at what's sold. There you see it, 3 orders for $40.02. First sale was this lot of 6 beanie hats, adult, one size fits all, multicolored, solid. Those were some hats from a storage unit I purchased. Sold for $13 with free shipping, so quite a deal. Sometimes you get a lot of hats and you just bulk them up. I usually list them individually, but with that storage unit I must have had an abundance of hats and decided to just do a lot of 6. So they're getting quite a deal. 6 hats for $13 shipped out the door. Second item sold for $13.14. It's a pair of Eddie Bauer First Ascent beige nylon blend dress shorts, 38 waist by 12 inseam. So this time of year you can usually get some really great shorts. People are getting rid of them, sending them to the thrifts, and if you shop on the right day you can pick up those shorts for $2 to $3. I did so the last couple weeks and sent some to auction, and they've been steadily selling, 1 or 2 here and there. But I've got a bunch more that I'll be relisting into the store, but here's one that sold today. Here it is, sweater weather. This one sold for $13.88. It's a Taylor Vintage red cotton v-neck men's sweater, solid long sleeve size medium. Sometimes with a brand like that, Taylor Vintage, you can sneak a keyword in there without spamming. It's not a true vintage, but you know, for the people that are searching for true vintage, this one will probably come up. You're just listing it based on what the brand says it is on the tag, but Taylor Vintage is not a well-known brand, but to get that vintage word in the listing title there probably helps with the resale of this brand in particular. One thing you might want to think about is buying in the off season, you know, where I'm loading up on shorts now. I could continue to do that and then list them all next spring. You know, if you have a little bit of a bankroll and you could do that sort of thing, that is one strategy that you could implement. Same thing with sweaters. You could buy sweaters in the middle of the summer and get them real cheap and then list them in the fall and winter and make that big money. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those 3 new orders from my inventory, get some shipping on them, and get them ready for the customer. Alright, so I got those orders packed up and ready for the customers, and I thought now we should try another episode, another segment of Bolos with Brian. What I thought we could do today, since the Dogs squeaked out that win over Wazoo, we could search for some bolos related to University of Washington football. So let's search that. Search eBay by keywords Huskies Football and see what comes up. When you search keyword Huskies Football, it shows that there's 4,800 listings up on eBay currently. Of that 4,800, it looks like there's 2,300 that have sold in the last 90 days. Let's take a look at some of the top selling items. Look at this. The top selling item on eBay was this 1991 Washington Huskies Rose Bowl and National Championship ring. It's 10 karat. Look at that. From 91. National Championship ring with the Rose Bowl on the side there. Wow. 10 karat. Someone got rid of the ring, put it up on eBay. $1,500 in the pocket. Looks like after that ring, there's about 8 helmets, game-worn helmets, that are going between $500 and $800, depending on who wore it. I think the Jake Browning helmet was the top one at $855. Some of the different other ones are a little bit less money. Here you can take a look at them. There's the Browning one going for $855. That one's going for $799, $695, $690, $675, $575. Some of these are best offers. $550, $517. So if you can get your hands on one of those game-worn helmets, they go for decent money, up to $500 to $800. It's not a bad chunk of change. Not sure where you would find one of those, but I guess if you know some players, you might be able to get your hands on one. I probably will never get my hands on one of those helmets, but this I might find. This is a vintage rare Washington Huskies pullover jacket, size large, by Starter. This sold for $500. Look at that. It's got the Huskies logo on there. And there's the back. $500 for this starter jacket. A little vintage jacket. They got a lot of photos. They got the tape measure out there to show the measurements. That's always a good thing to think about. There even is some wear on this jacket. It's still sold for $500. Looks to me like something I could easily pull out of a storage unit one of these days. Make a quick $500 on. Just look at these solds though. More helmets. $488, $420, $399, $380. And we're on to. I'm actually surprised how many game-worn helmets are showing up here on eBay. I didn't know that was a market. I didn't know that was something that people would buy, but I guess helmets like that, people buy them up. This is kind of cool. This is a framed memorabilia. Washington Huskies 1991 National Champs '92 Rose Bowl champs framed memorabilia from that, sold for $399.99. Has all kinds of goodies in there, just memorabilia that they'd probably might have pieced together from who knows where they got it all, but they framed it up nice like that, sold for $4. You know, when I'm looking at that memorabilia, it's just a couple, you know, a foam bone, a foam finger, a schedule, a headband, some pom-poms, a couple pennants. I mean, it's probably only worth, you know, $20 in materials, and it's selling for $400 just because it's old. You know, it's from the '91. It's from their season, and they framed it up nice. So if you get your hands on that old stuff that's hard to come by, put a nice frame in it, you can make some decent money. Something like that might be worth buying a shadow box and then just going online searching for those items individually, buying those items up, putting them in the shadow box, and then relisting it as a listing at a higher price point. I mean, I'm sure that's what they did. You know, they might have found all those items in one place or had them, and then decided to put it into this framed picture box or whatever. But you could easily do that still. I mean, that stuff is out there. It's online. It's kind of interesting. I was looking at that listing. It's from someone, Peacemaker's Closet online on eBay. And they ran it as an auction, and it was local pickup only, and they live in Chelan. So it might be a local guy that just put that together. To me, it seems like a high dollar amount for the items that are in that frame. So it might have been a local sale. Maybe he has a business or something and wanted to sell it properly through eBay for whatever reason. The next 10 items shown were helmets. Again, more helmets, starting at $289 on up. And then we run into some more clothing. Let me show you. Here it is. This one sold for $299.99. Another Huskies starter jacket. That's the back of it right there. Better look at it right there. It has the Washington on the breast front there. They got the measurements. There's that starter label. The Washington embroidered on there. They have a little imperfection that they showed. So $299.99 for that. Washington Huskies. They put vintage 80s, 1990 starter first edition jacket, purple. Look at this. Even the band is getting involved in this buying up vintage stuff. This is a band sweatshirt from '91. It says UW Huskies Drummers of the Caribbean Splash Mountain Rose Bowl '91 sweatshirt. It has a graphic on there with some drummers, it looks like. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it has like an animal from the Muppets type of character on there, holding up roses. Husky percussion. Doesn't even have the label. Cut out the label. It is on a Russell sweatshirt, and it says Adventure continues, Rose Bowl '91 Part 3 coming soon to a stadium near you on the back. So that's kind of cool. You better look at that. Coming to a stadium near you. Has some imperfections, a little hole in the sleeve there, but again, it is from '91, so that type of wear is probably pretty normal in a vintage sweatshirt like this. Yeah, that vintage market is definitely a different beast. Even a band sweatshirt will sell for $300. I mean, that one sold for $299.99, but accepted a best offer, so you don't really know exactly, but close to $300 for an old Russell sweatshirt. I mean, it's ridiculous if you ask me, but that's the type of money you can get for some of that vintage stuff. Next on the list are a couple more of those jackets. There's one, starter one up there, $279.99. This is a bomber jacket, $274.91. So that one might actually be worth the dollar amount they're giving. Let's take a look. Here's a better look at it. Sold for $274.91. It's not even that good of a quality jacket. It is had Letterman style, bomber style jacket, but the sleeves aren't even leather. I looked at the listing, and it's on the label Powers. It has that Letterman look to it with the W, but it has Sleeves that are polyvinyl chloride, PVC sleeves, or leather, it says. So maybe there's some leather. I don't know. It seems a little unsure. They have the measurements there. I mean, at least it looks like a $200 jacket to me, but you know, to get 274, and this, you don't even know the age of it. They're calling it vintage, but it's hard to tell with this one. There's no date on it. Here's another one of those jackets. This one going for $270. It's not a starter. It's a pro player puffer jacket, size large. Has a Husky logo on the front there. The back it says Huskies. They got the measurements there. So these jackets are selling pretty regularly. This one actually looks a little bit nicer than the starter in my opinion. But has a little bit of a flaw there. It didn't make a difference. It still sold for $270. They took a best offer. Yeah, definitely a good flip. So we're getting down the list and we finally see our first jersey, $250 for a 2019 team issue jersey, $250 for another one, $250 for another one. So there are some jerseys on here. Here's a cool piece of team history, a vintage from the 91 Rose Bowl. Rare all over print with Don James on the front. Look at that. Let's take a look at that logo. It's on the front and the back. Let's get a better look at that logo if I can maximize it. There he is, Don James and the boys walking out. Got the little Husky in the back there. January 1st, 1991. It's quite a team back then. Look at that, even with armpit stains and stains on the front, that thing still sold for $239. Imagine a t-shirt like that. They might frame it and put it in the man cave or something. They're not really worried about a few stains or that sort of thing. But who knows, maybe they'll wear it stained up and be proud to wear a vintage from 91 t-shirt. Got a couple more on here, starter jackets. Actually, that one is Apex branded. And the other one is starter, but different colorways. $219 best offer, $206 for the one underneath it. This one is pretty cool, all leather. $249 Canadian, $183.07 US currency. Vintage Huskies full zip hooded leather jacket, size large - extra large. So that one has the yellow and the purple sleeves. It's definitely a cooler jacket. They did a good job with the photos on it as well. Definitely a quality listing on eBay. I could see why this one got some top money. Not sure about that mannequin. They should put a shirt on him maybe. Again, look at that. Significant wear to the elbow there. And the leather jacket. Still sold for big money. $250 Canadian. It's kind of a cool jersey, sold for $200. Mason on the back, number 13. It says it's from the 90s. Sports Bell is the brand of the label. Has the dog tag there, official dog tag. Has the roses on the shoulders there. Kind of a cool looking jersey. Look at this one, a little satin jacket, sold for $200. Washington Husky satin jacket from the 90s. Has the keyword Rose Bowl. This is also starter. It says starter. It doesn't look like it's a starter jacket, but they snuck that in there. It looks like it's Don Ellerson Athletics, not starter. But so you can get in trouble for putting that keyword in there without it actually being true. So hopefully you guys liked that little look at some Washington Huskies merchandise and clothing and helmets and all kinds of stuff you can look for while you're out there. Some bolos to keep an eye out for. It seems like anything from the 90s, anything from that 91 Rose Bowl team is still selling for big money if you find it out there at the thrifts. So definitely be on the lookout for that sort of thing. So it's about 8:40 right now. I got a couple pair of shoes listed, couple DVDs listed, and a sweater dress by Calvin Klein. a black sweater dress by Calvin Klein. So some good listings up into the big store. I think I'm going to call it a night now. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscription button. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to ring that notification bell, then you can become aware of all the videos as soon as they are published. And then you can watch them as they come out and help me get that 4,000 hours that I'm after in order to get my channel monetized. I'm about 1/4 of the way there and hoping to get there in the next year to the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. That's what they require in order for you to monetize your channel. So thank you for watching to the end and helping me get a little bit closer. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.